Alright, welcome everyone then to game number 1. The specified series between DauT and Barles. It's the second replacement set over here, best of 5. We already saw Barles versus Barles, which was a very nice series so far. Highly recommend anybody who might not have seen it to watch it in its entirety. Now Barles versus DauT is going to be the next one coming up. And what do we get for this? Well, it's going to be playing with Huns and Barles is going to be playing with Aztecs. The map in question is Graveyards. And for these civilizations, they're playing with Huns means that he's going to begin with 100 less wood, but they will already support 200 population from the get-go. Besides that, we'll see for DauT civilization that Huns will also provide 10 and 20% cheaper cavalry archers in the castle of the Imperial Ages. Besides that, see for the Huns, for the team bonus, 20% faster working stables. The one bonus I didn't mention is the fact that their cherishes get 50% accuracy as opposed to 15%, which is the standard. But on the other hand, he's playing with Aztecs. That means villages can carry 3 extra resources per trip. That means the monks get... There we go. Oh, Barles running straight into a TC from that. But yeah, oh man, this is awful. This is awful for Barles. Now he's going to be blindfolded, especially going forward with militias. This is not good. But yeah, besides that, Barles is going to get 11% faster training military units, except for monks, who instead will get 5 extra HP per each monastery technology they go for. Besides that, let's see for the Aztecs. They get 50 extra gold upon starting the game, and for the team bonus is going to be 33% faster gold income from relics. So Barles is roaming around with the militia, but so far he's been unable to target a single unit, and DauT is paying attention. Foragers, he reacts in time, he's able to fend out the units, and it seems like the militias won't be able to do much of anything. The prize was amazing, so you know they play like they meant it. Alright, alright. We'll take a look at that later, but yeah, I didn't want to get spoiled, right? So I didn't want to take a look at Wikipedia. Or, alternatively, somebody could probably say it. What was the prize for the replacement qualifiers? I would imagine they probably would have given it their all anyway, even if there was no prize pool, mainly because it's a chance for a spot at the NAC, right? There we go. We can go back to 1x right now as well. We are already 13 minutes into the game and plenty of action is about to ensue. Right now, KD is only 2-0, but that might be about to change as we see the units from Barles turn around. DauT is going to take the fight though. He's got those scouts over here. He's got to take care of the spearman first. He doesn't have to take 2 out of 4 spearmen down. Now he's feeling a little bit more confident. He's going after the spearman with the scouts, but many of these are not attacking. It does not matter in the end. The skirmishers are not going to have to worry about this. The spearmen, as DauT really took it down with the scouts, and this is going to be a massacre. DauT's getting a much penetrate. It's not even close. 12 nil KD for DauT. The engagement was godly from the Lord. Divine numbers. 12 nil KD for DauT. When do you ever see this from the bull player? I'll tell you, it's not that often, and right now, Barles gotta be feeling the pressure, of course, as DauT's getting momentum. It's going forward, and that engagement, man, was just so good. Absolutely fantastic. Like, it's on the way now. DauT's gonna be on his way to the castle age very soon. Is the only player left with a respectable amount of units over here to try and put some pressure. Barles will react though and go for extra walls. Houses behind the walls. We didn't really take a look at the map generation for these guys too much this game. But just by glancing at the minimap, you can see that Barles has been able to secure a gold inside the walls he's gone for. However, the main goal is forward and it's outside the walls. Which means that if DauT is able to breach through over here, then there's not going to be safety for Barles whatsoever. Beautiful. Kaslich is gonna be here very soon for Barles. That took a little bit longer to go up, but remember still. Is the one with some momentum. Barles, of course, could potentially change this. Blacksmith's on the way. He's got 3 villagers trying to get this up. He needs the blacksmith. He needs to go for scale mail armor. He needs to go for chain mail armor. And the reason why Barles can change this is because of the Eagle Warrior boost, of course. Right now he's got only 8 Eagle Scouts, and he doesn't even have scaled mail armor, so he's trying to work that way. He's trying to work the armor up, so he's going for scale barded armor right now. He's going for Squires. He's got only 8 Eagles, though. Not a whole lot. Eagle Warrior upgrades on the way now, but while these are Eagle Scouts still, these are not the most amazing units, and notice that they are going down in the end. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Eagle gets cleaned up still. Yeah, Barles gonna be left on only 5 forward. DauT, it's already starting to go for some knights. How many stables do we have for the bull players? Got 2 stables. Yes. Beautiful. There you are. Conversions coming in for Barles as well. The absolute perfect reaction against knights. DauT. DauT's starting to get to scary numbers over here. Remember that while monks are going to counter knights, if you get to a good amount of these units, then it won't matter because you won't be able to... Like, you're gonna need... How many knights do we have over here? So he's got 14 knights totally. He's gonna need 14 monks, right? To convert all over here. Not really 14 monks. If he can get like 8 conversions, he already gets more knights than what's left for DauT. And then if he adds his own units, then he doesn't need quite as many conversions. So maybe like 6-7 conversions would probably be enough for DauT. For Barles actually to counter DauT. But the problem is that once you get past a certain amount of units over here, DauT's not going to care about the conversions. Like, he can lose conversions as long as Barles got a limited amount of monks, right? And then he can just still push through. He shouldn't really care about this too much. If loses 2 nice conversions, well, he's got 12 left. And now he's coming in, he's trying to anyway. And Barles is gonna try to get the conversions going again. And he will get away with one knight conversion, but this house is getting targeted, and DauT is knocking on Barles' doors, and it seems like he's gonna be coming in, and it seems like it's gonna be good. But he bails once again. He's losing too many knights to the conversions. Oh boy, if he had everything together, he had to pull some of the knights away so that he would be able to defend against the newly converted knights that Barles sent all the way out to the north to fight DauT's economy, right? But if he had all the knights together over here, probably would have been able to come in, I think. Right away. It's been rough, it's been rough. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, okay, so it's gonna try to breach the left-hand side. And Barles already is aware of this. The reaction from Barles has been good. While DauT does have some skirmishers over here, mind you. He's not been able to make use of them! But no! Finally! Barles is getting breached, and this is just gonna be disaster! The knights are coming in! The villages are going back towards the TC, marching on a parade of blood and death. The knights just leave dead villagers behind here. Now we see the eagles coming around, right? And DauT's just like, not interesting. Yeah, not interested in this. He's just going to turn around and walk away. Okay, sees the villagers coming up. I am not the biggest fan of him trying to take the engagement, but it seems like he's gonna try and prevent the wolves from coming up. If he's able to do it, then he's gonna be able to bring the extra units up. And that was so cool! Barles calls a GG as DauT is able to prevent the house from coming up over here. And this was so close. If Barles was able to get just one hammer down this house foundation, he survives. But DauT, with the reinforcements, comes in and completely swoops Barles' economy. And well played, 1-0 for DauT. Let's take a look at the achievements before jumping into game number 2. We'll see a better than 2-to-1 KD ratio for DauT economy. We'll see a stronger economy for DauT with about 1200 extra resources. Society, we're going to see a higher villager count for DauT for the villager max count. Also, only lost 2 villagers throughout the game compared to the 15 from Barles. Yeah, no bueno for the red player. Yes, this one is going to take place on Hippopotamus. Usually with these record the games, we're just going to go 2x. At the very beginning, at the very least, and until we get some action right on Barles. Oh, interestingly enough, he's going for Palisade up in the north, sending 3 villagers forth. Realizes DauT was trying to go for the wood right away, and DauT's just going to go back, not interested in taking the engagement right now. Even though he's got the defensive advantage over here, probably will be able to get a better exchange of villagers. Oh! This is good though. This is actually really good. The elephant's going down. Oh my lord, this is so good for Barles. He's taking 1 elephant down from DauT, and while DauT will be able to collect the elephant still if he wanted to, he would require to go for a mill over here or something, right? Because the elephant's gonna be rotting away so far away. You know, technically, DauT could send a scout forth and take this elephant from Barles, but Barles is gonna collect it right away. And it seems like DauT, I'm pretty sure he is aware of the elephant being dead. Barles is actually getting away with a lot of damage over here now. He's gonna try and play for the dog, of course. And this has been pretty standard from what we have seen in this map. For this tournament, the players send the villagers forward and then just trying to send those straight past the wood line so they can get the dog up. Yeah, it's been good. Beautiful. DauT's only 4 villager already got spotted. So Doesn't seem like he'll be able to do much of anything with it. And yeah, the elephant's going to continue just rotting away. Yeah, this is interesting though. You know, it's very difficult to trap villagers on this map because of the shallows. You will have to actually surround them. Like, you cannot go for walls against the wall, right? Unless, like, they're going close to the corners, perhaps. To be fair, DauT's actually getting more value out of this villager than I think Barles is getting out of these. Even if Barles ended up taking the elephant down over here, DauT's being able to keep the villagers working for the most part, right? Well, there are 2 villagers over here that have been chasing this villager from DauT for such a long time. The DauT has actually gotten a lot less either villager time out of this villager than Barles has gotten with these 2. However, the villager does end up going down for DauT ultimately. So there is that. Let me try this. Hey, there we go. It's working now. Let me try again. Yes, it's working now. Beautiful. I was able to fix it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
सरी
Hey. नान तैयार. Hey.
E
Sorry. ఎన్న కట్టలై.
Beautiful. Yeah, there we go. Barles is bringing extra villages forward. This is going to be a full-blown vill war.
नान तैयार.
Oh god. We have so many villagers fighting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Who's going to come out on top over here? Well, we do have the defender's advantage for DauT, mind you.
ఎన్న కట్టలై.
Barles is just sending a crap ton of villagers around. As Barles gets to the PLH a little bit earlier, he's going to be able to start going for Navy, and he's got a dock on the right-hand side, which DauT is probably aware of, and he's going for a second dock himself, but Barles is going to have a head start in production. Yeah, tower's on the way now. Tower's on the way. Tower's on the way. And DauT, he's lost 3 villages so far. So we saw 1 villager go down earlier. That was being chased away by 2 villagers, right? And now, well, the villagers are getting pushed away from goal from DauT as well. So it seems like this is looking so much better for Barles. He took the elephant down, which DauT just let rot away. He's won the villager war, you know, by and large. Not particularly close. There we go. Beautiful. Right hand side. Barles is trying to target DauT's villages once again. The funny thing though is that once again, DauT actually should be in a better position over here. He does have significantly more villages, just that the unit control has not been quite as good. So he's going to end up losing another villager! Yes! Despite having so many more compared to Barles. It's gotta be so annoying for that. And now Bart's going for the tower. Now, this tower's not gonna do anything. Even with fletching, this tower is not really denying this at all. That is not a good tower. He would only be able to deny the wood potentially, but then like DauT can use this wood. He can use this wood. The right-hand side up in the north as well. So it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. This could, however, be a foundational tower upon which it's going to build a chain of towers as we discussed in the previous game, right? In the previous series rather, and that could be better. So he should be going for yet another tower, but he does not have the resource right now. Mind you, while taking a look at the stone over here count for Barles, I noticed that he is not really far away from the castle edge. There we go, sorry. Little bit of brain freeze there. But yeah, like Barles is actually very, very close from having enough resources to go out to the castle edge. As a matter of fact, if he had a market, he'll be able to go up so much faster. He's going for the market now. I like to see it. And DauT's been able to keep up, to be fair though. The fishing ship situation is helping DauT keep up with worker count, otherwise it'd be significantly worse for him, but it's come at a price, of course. He had to go for a few extra navy units over here. It was some extra investment. And now Barles is going for yet another tower on the left-hand side. This is a better tower. I don't think it's going to deny the gold without fletching. Yeah, he needs fletching. Like it's just one tile too short. The range, that is. Yeah, now he's going for fletching. Well, that's gonna be better, of course. DauT's going for fletching himself too. But I don't think that's gonna allow DauT to target the tower anyway, will it? I think it might. I think it might, not 100% sure. Messy situation for DauT. Can only get some 5 villages at the tower. The rest of the villages will be exposed over here as Barles is the only player going for pure units. Scouts. 1 unit, that is. We'll take 2 villagers out of 3 left out for DauT. And now the rest of the villagers are popping out of the tower. DauT's bringing spearmen to defend himself against the scouts. Otherwise, probably would have ended up losing most, if not all, the villagers over here. Maybe not all. One of these scouts is very low HP. But many of these villagers are very weak as well. Regardless though, the game is somewhat stable. It's been super messy, but stable. Fantastic. Yes. There we are. Now that water is back under Barles' control for the most part, he's been able to regain the worker lead as well. Might not be the case for much longer as the finish ships are going down to DauT scout to Barles' scout over here. DauT is losing extra fishing ships that should put Barles further ahead in worker count. Yes sir, it's going to be a 4 worker lead for Barles right now, despite the fact that he's got no fishing ships himself, right? And DauT, what is DauT doing? He's going for a tower forward! But Barles already spotted DauT's forward before DauT had the option to get the tower up, or before he had the ability to place the tower foundation. So Barles is going to get the tower up, and even though DauT will get his own tower up as well, Barles got the defense advantage over here, so I don't see how he loses this tower war. Yeah, he's just gonna have to walk away, right? And trying to pursue this pressure that doesn't up. Spending a lot of his resources as well. He's got a much smaller economy compared to what Barles got, at the very least in terms of resources collected, right? Barles is gonna be the first player to click out to the Castle Age. Not by a little, by a lot. Yes, sir.
என்ன கட்டளை? உங்கள் சித்தம்.
The 90 seconds for Barles to get to the Castle Age DauT. It's probably going to end up getting reduced over here, I think. Yeah, most likely, right? Yeah, most definitely. Down the south, extra towers are coming in for DauT. This feels like it might be a little too late. He did manage to get a few extra towers, which will push Barles away from the goal specifically, but Barles did have control of the right-hand side, so he could potentially try and collect from this goal, for instance. Alternatively, he's got extra golds around the corners of the map, so he's got a bunch of villages over here towards the south. He's unfortunately not spotted the goal yet, but eventually he's going to, and he should be able to collect from here. Alternatively, he can just go around the center island, right, and try to collect from some of the extra golds elsewhere. And the Castle Age is here. Yes. Yeah, Barles is collecting from this one already. That's good. Getting a defensive tower up as well. Well, that does have a scary amount of units over here. These are field units, and Barles is probably not going to care about these too much now that he's got knights on the way. Those are going to take care of the skirmishers easy. It will take the villagers down. He will just need something to take care of these pesky spearmen. Some skirmishers of his own will, hopefully for Barles, do the trick already. But it's gonna take a while, right? These are a good amount of pikemen. For spearmen right now, of course, only, but it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a bunch of skirmisher just to take the spearmen down. DauT's finally on his way to the Castle Age himself as well. Here we go. Yeah. The tower's going down. What do we have left over here for DauT to play with? Just the villagers. Just the villagers. So Barles is going to clean up DauT's forward. It's going to continue gathering the gold over here. It's going to continue getting ahead. It's already one worker ahead, despite the fact that DauT's still on his way up to the Castle Age. And the second TC is on the way for Barles. So he's looking good. He's looking good. Notice that DauT did go for 2 fire galleys, right? So he was able to push Barles out of the water. But right now, no player has any water presence whatsoever. And to be fair, we don't really have any deep fish available over here anymore. For DauT to collect on the right-hand side. The only deep fish available is going to be on the left-hand side. DauT, given the amount of resources he's got, could potentially go for a few extra fishing ships. Right now, he's going for the extra TCs instead. He's going to try to play for economy, and the second TC is already on the way. Where's the third TC going to come up? He's got the resource already for it. Up in the north. Alright. Barles is going to get a castle up very soon. If we take a look at Barles' point of view, notice that he doesn't know about the TC coming out from DauT over here. So he might be compelled to go for the castle 4 right next to DauT's. Yeah, you know what? A castle over here for the red player would be absolutely nutty. A castle over here would deny the gold for good. Actually, what goal am I talking about? This one, right? Okay, yeah. It would deny the gold over here for good for that. It would take the TC down. As a matter of fact, it doesn't even need to be this aggressive. Just something over here would be enough, right? But he doesn't have vision of this. That is the problem. If he sends villagers over the right-hand side to try to get a castle up over here, could potentially end up losing a bunch of these to the TC.
சரி.
என்ன கட்டளை?
There we go. Yes, the coming out for Barles. It's going to be a defensive one, actually. Which I was not necessarily expecting, but that's kind of manual over here, so that castle is not coming up. Feels compelled to defend himself because of the pressure coming in from DauT, right? The siege workshop in the monastery, and it makes sense. But unfortunately, it's not a castle that he'll be able to guarantee coming up, and it seems like the TC is right now under a lot of pressure still. There's another TC on the right hand side from Barles though, and between this one and the one up in the north, he might have a strong enough economy to kind of give up on his starting base, right? So he's got to just send the villagers that he's got left over here up to the north, so he can continue gathering resources around this area, and then he can just let this go down. It's not ideal, and it will be very expensive given the amount of farms that you have to leave behind and rebuild. Yeah, but it just doesn't seem to me like this is going to be strong enough for Barles, is it? Well, he's got a bunch of knights over here taking care of the Magnals at the very least, and the castle seems like it's coming up finally. He's gonna try to rid himself of all these pesky towers from DauT, but that's already being able to catch up. And not only catch up, he's been able to get ahead. DauT's got extra villagers. He's got extra, well, not extra military anymore. A minute ago he had it. He does have extra population total. Now a 4th DC comes up over here, and if you take a look at DauT's economy, it's a little more intertwined. He's got all 4 DCs on the right hand side inside the main island, and they are fairly close to each other. If you take a look at Barles on the other hand, he's spread around, is segregated around the map. So we'll want to see on the right hand side, there is one up in the north, there is yet another TC down the south right next to the castle. Here we go. Once again, the game sort of stabilizes. That's kind of 50C coming out down south, where Barles missed the gold, and Barles doesn't know about the gold. Well, now he's probably going to realize, oh, okay, maybe there is something there. I don't know. Fantastic. There's a good amount of knights coming out from Barles. He does get 15% cheaper. Still in production of the Castle Age. DauT. Dravidians. Won't really have that luxury. He did pay less though for pikeman upgrade in any case. So at the very least, he should have defensive units in place. But it seems like they are kind of out of position though, aren't they? Where are the pikemen actually? Let's get 15, where are these? Down the south. They're not really doing much of anything though. Yeah, there we go, now he's bringing them back up. He's already been taking a lot of losses though, 36 workers dead for DauT throughout the game. I was here in Double Nova, it took me about a minute to notice that I had the second window with a YouTube video on. That is next level support right there. Samuel watching, a VOD, and the live stream at the same time. Kudos, mate. Oh, forecast on the way for DauT! On the right hand side though, mind you. Interesting. Beautiful. There you go. Barles is looking alright. The camel archers get into good numbers, should be able to get the raids going in DauT. Now Scat Elephant Archers seems kinda weird though. These guys are going to take bonus damage from the camel archers. They are, however, significantly tankier. Wow, that's just going to go on and call the GG over here. What does it matter not getting access to gold? I don't think that was the case. It still had access to gold down the south over here, but you know, it still had a lot. It's just a matter of not being in a good position in Barles. Putting pressure elsewhere, DauT didn't really have the space to work with. So let's go through the achievements one more time. We'll jump into game number 3 right away after this one. And we'll see that in the end, we have a 9-to-4 kill ratio for Barles. For economy, stronger economy for DauT. Collecting about 2,000 extra resources, but wasn't really able to take advantage of it, right? Much better engagements for Barles paid off, and let's go back before jumping into game number 3 to see who's going to get the lead in the series once again. Here we are. The next game is up. This is going to be Kawazan. Barles is playing with Persians on the left-hand side in the red color. DauT's playing with the Portuguese on the right-hand side with the blue color. We have seen Portuguese on this map quite a lot. They do get, after all, a bunch of bonuses that do apply to this map specifically. Starting with 20% gold discount, their navy is going to be cheaper, but not only that, it's going to be also stronger, as the navy gets 10% extra HP for Portuguese. Besides that, we'll see for DauT, with his civilization, he's gonna have 25% wood income from berries. So for each unit of berries that he collects, he's going to get 0.25 units of wood. And there is plenty to take advantage of on this map, obviously. On top of that, the Portuguese will also get access to Patriot in the Imperial Age, and for the team bonus, their technologies will research 30% faster. While Barles' civilization, on the other hand, is going to begin with 50 extra wood and 50 extra food, which allows him to go for the dock a little bit earlier. So you'll see the dock's already up and the first fish ship's already out for Barles, while DauT's only now getting the dock up. Besides that, docks and TCs from Persians get twice the HP, and they do work 10, 15, and 20% faster in the Field Castle and Imperial Ages. Finally, the Persians will also have for the team bonus 2 bonus damage from Nightline units against Archer type units, which can be quite handy against the Portuguese, as they do tend to make a play for archers. And that's going to be about it, so really should be on the way for both these guys. Barles is gonna be the first one to be there though, and this can be rough. This can be rough. Unless DauT is gonna try and make a play for the north pond. Yeah, he's sending a villager up to the north, right? It's probably going to end up getting completely pushed out of water as Barles is going out to the field so much faster. It's gonna be the first player to go for Navy, and he's got 2 dogs down south compared to only the 1 from DauT. It's very, very rough. Oh, but we'll see the villager over here though, targeted by the scout. We're gonna see both villagers targeted by scouts. Barles has brought the second villager over though to push DauT away, and it's going to be effective. So now Barles got into the fuel H. He's got 2 fire gullets on the way. Meanwhile, DauT still about 15 seconds away from the fuel H. He won't be able to go for 2 fire gullets at the same time, which means that Barles is gonna be in a much better position, and DauT instead needs to try and secure the pond up in the north, which will allow him to stay competitive over here. But Barles is looking good, guys. Barles is looking great. Remember as well that this is a kind of round robin or all against all system, by which Barles has already fought Barles, and we saw that in the previous series. Now he's fighting DauT, and then DauT's going to fight Barles. So we could get a situation where Barles gets the series from DauT, DauT gets the series from Barles, and Barles gets the series from Barles, right? And that's where I imagine the game losses probably come into account. We'll see. But yeah, I believe that's the way it works, right? These are best of 5 series, not play all 5. Which means that we could potentially get a tie for series 1 for each player. 1-1, 1 loss for each. Now it's not giving up though over here. This is actually really good from DauT. Remember that he does get 10% extra HP. So if he can get the same amount of units Barles already has out, with good unit control, that might actually be able to get a better engagement, right? Especially because it's not really possible for Barles to know exactly how many units it is that DauT was going to go for anyway. So he had this dock garrison, and we see a demo, but the demo's not going to connect as Barles is paying attention. Yes, sir. The extra HP allows DauT to hold on over here a little bit longer than otherwise would have been possible. But he does ultimately end up losing the fight down south. That demo is taking 1 efficient ship down. That's going to be 3-2 Eco KD in favor of Barles still, mind you. Yeah, after taking down all the fishing ships, right, from DauT. This dock's going down from the bull player. Meanwhile, up in the north, seems like we are going to have a similar situation, right? So long as DauT's paying attention, he should be the one keeping control of the north pond. It's going to be a 1-for-1. So far, DauT, I think he's produced a comparable amount of fishing ships compared to Barles. It's just that he's not really been able to take advantage of it too much. He lost a bunch down south. Up in the north, he doesn't have quite as many yet. Actually, he caught up, right? 4-4. Yeah. He caught up. Same work count for both these guys, and it seems that the game is going to stabilize after DauT cleans out the dock from Barles up in the north, and Barles has already cleaned out the dock down south from DauT. It seems that the game stabilizes, and now it's going to be a play for the Castle Age. And now at which Barles is looking so much better though. He's got almost enough resources to click up. DauT, not so much at all. Oh, big Big shot over there from Barles, and DauT still retains the numbers lead, mind you. Barles is not giving up over here in DauT. Yeah, DauT's not taking any chances. He's going for yet another fire guy, despite the fact that he's got already 2 out. Both these were fairly low HP in any case, so having the third one's going to help, and now he's going to resume. This wouldn't have been possible if it weren't because of the extra HP the Barles dogs get. DauT, well, it's looking good. Should be able to get full water control over here. It's time for realsies. Yeah, there we go. Calculators on the way for both these players, although Barles got a fairly significant lead over DauT. By the way, Alchemistry, you say that you had a second window with a YouTube video on. I would like to know what your opinion is regarding sound. Today, I am trying a new sound setup. Not really setup, actually, new sound settings. For volume, that is. And it should be a little bit louder compared to before, but the most important thing is that you shouldn't be able to hear quite as much out of the clicks and the keystrokes when I am not talking anyway. Hannibal, where can I read about the reason for replacement qualifier? Which player is not available? Hey Todd, as I understand it, there are no players that aren't able to attend the NAC, but in case, you know, in the next few days somebody gets sick or something like that, what this replacement qualifier does is it sets a ranking of runner-ups to draw from in case a replacement is needed. It's not a tournament that was run, or it's not a replacement qualifier that was run on the basis of somebody not being able to go. It's going to be instead on the basis of establishing a hierarchy of players, so to say. Because they're just here for both these guys already in DauT. That's got archers on the way. So remember, Barles gets 2 bonus damage against archer units from knights, yet he decides to make a play for camels. The second TC is on the way for the red player as well, and so it is for DauT. So economy should stay somewhat comparable still for both these guys. DauT has been going quite hand though on the visionship department. He's got 1 extra only, so maybe not that ham. But yeah, anyway. Okay, I was hoping for Lord DauT chances to be there. Well, there might be some chances, you know. If he gets 2 wins, the replacement qualifier, he's gonna be ranking in first. And we'll see. So far, we've only seen 1 series to evaluate the potential results from, and that one was Barles versus Valles earlier today, and that was a good series. Once again, highly recommend to watch that one if you haven't. Third to see on the way for DauT, not so much for Barles. That's taking stone a little bit more heavily compared to Barles though. Oh! Thank you so much for the resub, Hardcore Massive. 12 months, that is the year right there. That is the year right there. Thank you so much. So, just FYI, we do have some news regarding the channel. Remember that I wanted to give up my partnership? Well, it turns out that I cannot do it. Turns out that I am going to be a partner no matter what until at the very least April 2024. So I cannot do the multi-stream thing that I was hoping to be able to do on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook everywhere at the same time. So yeah.
Why silent whilst I draw a fish?
Here we go. Camel's coming in from Barles once again. Not really going to do much of anything against the crossbows at all. I was expecting him to make a play for knights instead. It's not been the case whatsoever. There we go. That's looking good. Even if he's able to just take farms down over here, that'll still be fine for him. Each farm is going to be quite pricey anyway. Barles hasn't had much army production in a while. He doesn't have the food economy for that, and his CC. Honestly, the Persian economy bonus feels more like a penalty. Yeah, well, it's harder to continue production, right? But you don't have to necessarily go for it. Like you can have 4, 5 TCs. He's got 5 TCs right now. You don't need to produce from all of them. You can always kind of dial back villager production in order to be able to sustain military production. But right now, he's just been banking on defensive units, right? He's got some monks over here trying to hold on against that, which is not going to work. What is a monk going to do against the archers? The mana is good, but it feels like, yeah, maybe Barles' priorities over here could use some tweaking. DauT, on the other hand, he's going to be the first one to get a castle up in front of the center as well. Oh man, for a pro especially, idling your TC that much is counterintuitive. That is true. Absolutely, you do have to make a conscious decision over here. The option is there, of course, similar to when players idle TC to go up to the next stage. You might idle some of the extra TCs over here if you are unable to keep up with production of military at the same time, but that pressure over here doesn't seem like it's going to get much more than this. Barles already got 2 manuals, so should be able to defend himself. Yeah, and that's not really going to have too many extra units, right? If he loses the crosses over here... Oh, and it seems like we got a big shot over here. Let's actually go back and take a look at it. Now let's take a look at it in slow motion. Check this out. Oh, another big shot. But yeah, what I was saying was that DauT doesn't really have too much left anymore himself. And Barles is kind of stabilizing. What DauT does have, however, though, is a very strong economy that will be quite handy to click out to the Imperial Age significantly earlier compared to Barles. And he's got control of the center as well. With the 4 castle over here, yeah, he'll have pretty much free access to all the berries, right? He's got 21 villages over here at the center collecting from berries. That is so much. And remember as well, for each 3 villagers or so that you have collecting berries, that's gonna be worth 1 extra villager because of the wood income, right? And that means right now he's got a 21 worker economy over there, actually worth 28 workers. So the economy for DauT is actually stronger than it looks because of the 4 engine bonus. And now the castle's coming out for Barles, but he's bringing his entire economy from the south to try and get the castle up, and the Organs have already been able to get a good chunk of villagers down, so this is coming up at a prize. This is coming up at a prize, and if it was not enough of a lead for DauT before this one, now that the castles come up and the villagers come down from Barles, DauT finds himself 17 workers ahead. Absolutely fantastic. These are good sets today. Yes. First one and this one. For sure. And we have almost no downtime as well. In between games, we don't have to wait. In between series, we don't have to wait, except for my tiny bladder to empty out. But yeah, we're gonna have the third set after this one. What time is it right now? It's 10 p.m. for you, right? Maybe 9 to 11 p.m. Depending on the time for you right now. Yeah, definitely would have preferred to start streaming significantly earlier than I did. But I was actually not planning on casting this. I was planning on casting Moore versus T90 for the AOK final. But that one got postponed. Yeah, Persians don't get redemptions. That kind of hurts against Jurgens for sure. No doubt. He's got into the Imperial Age earlier than Barles. He's got 2 churches already on the way. He's got a beautiful little hill advantage over here to take advantage of as well. To capitalize on, we could say. Another big shot from Barles. Only 3 crosses going down. 4. Now to the Knights as well. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. There's a beautiful placement of trebuchets for DauT. It's got a hill advantage. This castle is crumbling. Of course. Oh, the smoke is not coming out of the explosion. Particle effect is not coming out of the castle though, interestingly enough. I wonder if it's because I had selected. Anyway. Beautiful, the monastery goes down as well, so the relics are left. Left out. Up for grabs. DauT's momentum is looking fantastic. Barles being able to get Cavalier. He's got plate bar than armor right now. He's got already gone for Bloodlines. DauT's already making a preemptive play for Hub of the Year. And he knows, you know, he's got vision. He can see the insane amount of stables that Barles has gone for. So he is expecting Knights, of course. And we see some of the Cavalier already putting some pressure against DauT on the right-hand side. Pushing from the north, but DauT's got a lot stronger push over here coming up against Barles. A much stronger push. Much more momentum for Mr. DauT. There we go. Yeah, and the GG's coming up from Barles, so DauT, he'll be the one to take game number 3 over here, get the lead. Series, and of course, that means that game number 4 is going to be match point. Let's take a look at the achievements real quickly, starting with Barles, KD looking significantly stronger compared to DauT. It had to, once again, the military units were significantly pricier for DauT, but the economy was much stronger for the Serbian player as well, about 6,000 extra resources. For society, we see that DauT was a player with the most villagers trained throughout the game and the fewest losses taken as well. So well done. Let's go back and jump into game number 4 right away. Yes. So we're in game number 4 between Barles and DauT. It's gonna take place on good old Arabia. The old reliable. We have DauT playing with Gujaras and Barles playing with Mayans. Gujaras and Mayans. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know about this. We'll see, we'll see. Let's talk about the civilizations first. Starting with DauT. Playing with the Gujaras means that he's going to have 2 additional berry bushes underneath the TC. They are going to spawn in addition to the standard berry bushes. And this is due to the fact that they have the ability to garrison herdables inside the mill. So you're not going to be collecting from your sheep, or in this case pigs. So you're just going to garrison those and you're going to collect from the berries. Besides that, we also see for Gujaras, 20, 30, and 40% higher bonus damage from mounted units against enemy units, and we're gonna have on top of that for the team bonus 25% faster training, camel and elephant type units. Taking a look at Barles' civilization on the other hand, playing with Mayans over here means that once again we're just going to fast forward the Dark Age. But playing with Mayans over here means that he does begin with 50 less food, but 1 extra villager. Yeah, we're gonna see a Drush come in very soon. Where's the militia? It seems like where's the barracks? I mean, it seems like it's gonna be a pre-mill Drush. But yeah, anyway, Mayans, yeah, with 1 extra villager, they're going to get also 15% longer lasting resources and 20 and 30% cheaper archers in the field castle and imperial ages, and for the team bonus 40% cheaper. Yeah, there we go. Trash is coming up. We're gonna have 40% cheaper walls as well, which is going to come in quite handy. Meanwhile, DauT's already trying to get the walls up on the right hand side. It's trying to get the walls up over here. We take a look at the scouting information. He's got no idea where Barles is, where Barles' base is, so he doesn't know about the trash coming in. And this could be catastrophic for DauT. The Barles plays his cards right. He's got 3 militias. And we'll see. And there we are. And the walls could not come up on time for DauT, so the militias are coming in. Not on time at the last second. Now to say, well, to get the foundations up to prevent the militias from getting access to DauT's soft underbelly. The lumberjacks and lumberjills, the foragers, will be safe to live another day, while Barles even ended up spending the resource to go for the Man at Arms upgrade, right? And DauT's left in an alright spot now. As soon as he got to the village, he's gonna start going for archers. Beautiful. Here we are. A little bit access here for DauT. And blacksmith's on the way now for Barles as well. Alright. Fantastic. Well, Barles is just going to walk away from here. Really nothing he can do against the archers right now, especially as we have skirmishers also coming out from the other. There's only one archer actually, but yes, we have skirmishers over here. Not even archers for Barles himself would be enough to keep the pressure going. So the game is kind of stabilizing over here. Despite the military count being a little bit higher for Barles, I would say that it's not looking too bad for DauT at all. All he's got to do right now is just keep the archers alive so that they can take the men-at-arms, right? And without men-at-arms, the archers are going to be safe. That the skirmishers, sorry, are going to be safe, and that means that these should be safe against enemy archers as well. And this could be rough. This could be rough. This could be rough. Barles is about to get trapped over here. The pathing from DauT is good. Well done. And he's going to go right after the archers, and this is bad for Barles. It's not an engagement that he was hoping to take, I'm very sure. Now he can try to trade for villages, but honestly, he cannot do anything. In DauT gets a 2-to-1 KD, cleaning everything up from Barles. Being left on a stronger military count for a little bit over there. Now it's going to be the same for both these guys. Yeah, and you know what? It's looking good for DauT. He stabilized. He took a better trade. We have the same military count right now, but in this context, what does that mean? Well, DauT has taken 4 units down over Barles' kills, right? Like DauT has 4 units that he was able to kill in addition to the units that Barles was able to kill himself. Basically, he's taken twice as many units as Barles. That means that for Barles to keep up with military count right now, he had to produce those 4 extra units. He had to spend those extra resources, so there is no wonder DauT's economy is looking significantly stronger right now. He's got a lot of extra resources, but Barles had to spend those just to keep up. So that's going to be on his way to the Castle Age very soon. It doesn't seem like that's going to be a possibility for Barles, at the very least not right away. Notice the DauT's going for extra units back home as well to keep on defending against the second wave of archers from Barles. Barles is trying to make a transition to Eagles right now as well. He's relying on Eagles instead of his own skirmishers. Well, yeah, that's not going to work. First off, Eagles in the fuelage, they're not going to be particularly strong. You need to get scale mail armor. And even then, like against a good chunk of archers, they are going to go down. And they take forever to train in the fuelage. So that's looking great. And Barles is taking a little bit longer to click out to the Castle Age. This is what we were expecting, of course. After all, he did end up spending more resources in the fuelage, just trying to keep up. And it feels to me that this could be very similar to what we saw in game number 1, where DauT's lead kind of snowballed, right?
She get. Shot it.
There you are.
Tabish. Shot it.
Yeah, so it's here for DauT already. Yes, sir. What does he have? He's got a single archer range and 2 stables, so we know it's going to be Shrivansha riders. This is the reason I was kind of gasping at the very beginning of the game when I saw the matchup, because I said, oh boy, this can be rough. If Barles wanted to rely on archers, right? Shrivansha riders are going to be so good, but it seems like it's not going to be the case. It seems like it's going to be Eagles. The thing about Eagles, though, is that once again, it's not really a unit you want to make use of in the fuelage. Of course, it doesn't hurt for you to start training the unit before you get to the Castle Age, but it's hard. You cannot rely on this unit in the fuelage. You can only start producing them before making the transition to the Castle Age, but it's only the Castle Age where the power of the Eagle really unleashes. And right now, These are just Eagle Scouts, guys. These are just Eagle Scouts without chainmail armor, actually. These Shrivansha Riders are completely dominated, and DauT once again approaching a 2-to-1 KD ratio is gonna have momentum. Barles left on 4 Eagle Scouts, 5 Eagle Scouts. An Eagle Warrior upgrade on the way, nothing to be seen. He's only now going for forging, only now going for squires. Does not have scale mail armor once again. So these guys, you know, bar forging, they are the same that they were just a minute ago. And that shouldn't really struggle. He's got the hill advantage over here as well. He's going to try and take advantage of it. Notice, when Barles tries to walk away from here, he does end up taking a lot of free damage. Yeah, that's not going to be close. That's not going to be close. And DauT on 22 to 12 KD dominates the engagement once again, as Barles was still relying on pretty much feudal units. In his Eagle Warrior upgrade, he's got now chainmail armor on the way, finishes researching right away, but it's only now, isn't it? Yeah. They do have an intact cavalry bonus now in Castle. Oh, that is a good catch, actually. Yes. Fair point. That the stats change between the fuel and the castle. You're actually correct. Doesn't say over here though. Oh yeah, the bonus. Yes. You're correct. I believe the hill advantage earlier might have offset for that. Thus the engagement looked pretty much the same as the earlier one. But you're right. You're right. It's not the exact same unit. Now he's finally got a chainmail armor, however, though. He's got 3 barracks to produce from. Could be good. He needs to go for the Eagle Warrior upgrade, DauT. He's on 8 Shrivansha Riders. 3 TCs. Against Eagle Warriors, I don't know if you just want to bank on TCs to protect yourself. I think you do need to want, you do have to go for actual military. Beautiful. That's on top of base attack, going from 4 to 7 in Castle Age. Yeah, these do change. It's similar to the scout situation as well. The scout cavalry was still not strong enough, fortunately, and now we'll see if this is going to be good enough. He's got 18 Eagle Warriors, only 13 of which are forward. We have 11 Shrivansha Riders over here, higher HP people. And he's got the heal advantage as well. And Barles is not going to shy away from the engagement, which means that he gets completely wiped out once again. And once again, DauT has been getting the better trades. 40C is now on the way for him. He's got a much stronger economy. Barles is only on 2. If it weren't because of the Mayans, Barles would probably be significantly further behind. Here we go. Barles has misjudged every fight against these Shrivanshas. Their attack rates makes them stronger than their attack stats suggests. Yeah, and problem for Barles as well has been how repeatedly he's made this mistake, right? That was about the third time that he took an unfavorable engagement, and now it's going to be the fourth time. Or fifth, potentially even. I don't know if we would account 2 for the previous ones. After DauT chased away a few remaining units from Barles. But that's now going for Kshatriyas as well. This is going to reduce the food count of military units by 25% if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, now we have chakram throwers. The matchup over here is very rough for Barles. If DauT is able to get a good amount of chakram throwers, then Eagles on their own are not going to do too much. And it's not just going to be Eagles, right? But also the possibility of pikemen. It's not going to be strong enough for Barles. Hey, Iron Ship! Hi, hi. Thought it was a command. Yeah. It's just a matter of time until DauT gets enough chakrams over here that Barles won't be able to fight against those. Taking a break? Not at all. I'm just not gonna be streaming quite as much because I just don't have as much time anymore. I've taken a part-time job, which I love, and it's been taking some time. I've been enjoying it quite a lot. And streaming was by far the thing that I invested the most time on, that had like the lowest return. So I don't want to stop doing it, but it doesn't make sense to keep on doing it quite as heavily as I was before, especially as it also takes time away from potentially working on other types of content such as YouTube videos. So I'm not going to be streaming quite as much, but the time that I do not stream and that I am not working on the part-time job, I'll be able to work a little bit more on for custom YouTube content, right? And the idea is, at the very least for March, we are going to have 2 custom, or actually not really custom, but scripted YouTube videos coming up. Fairly long scripted YouTube videos. We are going to have higher quality shorts as well. Social media posts too. If you follow on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, I'm going to be posting trivia content over there as well, among other things. And we'll see. We are going to try during March and we'll see how it goes. What's the job about? I'm an assistant producer for Capture H. It's been awesome. I cannot really go into details of like what exactly I'm involved with and whatnot, but I've been enjoying it a lot. And it's you know, it's not the first time that I had the option to get a more standard job, in a sense, something outside of content creation. But it was the first thing that I legitimately considered because I'm so passionate about Age of Empires and the community and about Capture specifically as well. So it was the first thing that I truly consider, right? And I love it. It's been great so far. So I had to make some adjustments. I was not going to be able to keep on doing everything at the same level I was doing it before. Imperial H is here for Barles. That's going out to the Imperial H, but he does have a very nasty raid coming up with the Shrivansha Riders getting a bunch of villagers down. It's got the chakram throwers right now. Kind of indestructible. At the very least, if Barles is going to be banking just on Eagle Warriors, right, it's not going to be enough. And while Barles was faster to the Imperial H, and he does have a second castle coming up forward, he'll probably end up taking the castle down from DauT over here. It might be coming a little bit too late, right? DauT's got the potential over here to do so much damage, Barles. It's probably going to end up struggling so much. On behalf of NILI, thank you for a great job with the updates with NAC overlay. Alright. Yeah, he's got some good stuff going on over there. I've seen it and it looks good. Once again, check on throwers. They should be just melting the Eagles away, and they are, and that's gonna continue. Pushing the villagers away from Barles. And now that he's got into the Imperial Age, make a play for Trebuchets himself, but instead decides to just go for more Shrivamsha Riders. He should be going forward and diving in very soon. And you know what? The Eagles are out of position. But now Barles gonna try to get the quick walls up over here. The gate's coming up, but is it going to be on time? I'm not really sure. The gate does not have any armor over here, even though it's going to be uphill compared to the Shrivamsha Riders. Could potentially go down in the air. Now we see the Chakram Throwers coming in, and he's going to send everything, and he's going up to the Trebuchet. He's going to take one down, and he's going to take another one, and he's going to clean this up, but he's lost the castle anyway. And my lord, Barles gets away with a castle over there, with a castle siege. But DauT's still looking stronger. He still has a much higher military count and worker count. What's your caster APM? Over 9,000. What kind of question is that? Of course. Just have to know. It's interesting to see Barles like, continuously trying to pump the Eagles over here and still struggling to keep up. Beautiful. Barles can't afford an archer switch, and archers are iffy against Chakrams anyway. Yeah, he goes on to call the GG right away, and DauT, he was the one to lose the only castle over here that has scrambled in the game. We'll still end up taking the game, we'll still end up taking the series. That's going to put DauT at 1 victory over here. For the third set, we're gonna have DauT versus Barles. And we'll see what we get, but for the time being, let's take a look at the achievements one final time for the set. We'll see a better KD for DauT for economy. We have stronger economy for DauT as well, by about 13,000 extra resources. Because of course, the villager count over here more than offset for the efficiency of the Mayan civilization. So well done. 3-1 in favor of DauT. We'll go back and then we'll go into the next series in a moment.